Danai, Sarah Hall. She is absolutely an amazing woman, and you would enjoy the next conversation. There are many people who have spoken about law of attraction. Pama ਉਹ Wayne Dyer ਸੀ ਪਮਾ ਉਹ ਲੋਕ ਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਮਾਵਾਂ ਜਾਂ ਦਾਦੀਆਂ ਨਾਨੀਆਂ ਸੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਭਾਈ ਮੂੰਹ ਚੋਂ ਚੰਗੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੱਢੋ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੱਢਦੇ ਹੋ ਪੂਰੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਲਾਅ ਆਫ ਅਟਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਨੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਔਖੇ ਪਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਅਗਲੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਅੱਜ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਲਿਖੀ ਹੈ ਬੜੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਤੇ ਕੋਚਿੰਗ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਲੀਡ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਅੱਜ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਫ਼ਰ ਦਾ ਅਗਲੇ ਪੜਾਅ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਉਸ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਾਉਣੇ ਆ we're just going to welcome Sarah Hall to the studio. How are you doing, girl?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me here.
Oh, well, it's such a pleasure. So here's your book.
Yes, Positive Power, Mastering Your Mindset, Unleash Your Inner Magic. Very excited to have that released last year.
Yes, it's been a year, and from all the friends that have read it, they've been just giving beautiful reviews and all over media as well. There is a lot of positivity, of course, that has come from there. And I want to thank you for the beautiful flowers.
Oh, absolutely. Pleasure.
That's
they match your beautiful outfit.
Oh, there you go. You know, that must be that you could... So how did you know that this color? So there must have been a part of the vision that you had, you know, Mira's going to have this color and it's going to look really good on her.
You know what? Actually, you know, my mom to thank for that. She always knows that you wear beautiful lipstick colors.
Oh.
So she sent me a little birdie in my ear. So.
Oh, that's beautiful. So help us understand, what led you to write this book?
So I was led to write Positive Power after overcoming a lot of negative experiences that I had in my own life. So I grew up and I was bullied in high school. I had a lot of abusive relationships that I had suffered through and a lot of traumatic experiences. And I grew up from a broken home. So my parents got divorced when I was 9 years old. And it was very difficult for me growing up and dealing with that. I actually, halfway through writing the book, I also lost my older sister. I lost her through drug addiction, which was very traumatic and hard for our entire family. And I was led to write this book after learning and developing skills that helped me to break through those past experiences that kept me really trapped in a negative mindset. And I wanted to find a way that I could express myself and help other people to break through those past experiences themselves.
So ek gal karte Sarah kende ki school de vich ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ bullying ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਉਸ ਗੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਸਹਾਰਿਆ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਦੇ personal ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ she growing up as a teenager she has seen some of the very not so pleasant some of the relationships ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ through ਗਏ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ 9 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀਗਾ mom dad ਦਾ divorce ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਭਾਰੂ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿਸਟਰ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੁਸਾਈਡ ਕਮਿਟ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਓਵਰਡੋਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡਾ ਭਾਰ ਸੀ ਇੰਨੇ ਭਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਜਿਉਂਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਹੈਲਪ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਹ ਸੀ ਰਾਈਟਿੰਗ ਲਿਖਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੀ ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਨ ਸੀ that has helped Sarah and out of all those experiences she wrote this book to find a way out of that dark times to how to move forward from there.
Yeah, to really break through.
So what is so there are 12 steps I understand in this book.
That's right, there are 12 steps. I won't list them all off for you, but some of my favorites are affirmations, forgiveness, and practicing gratuity and gratefulness.
Okay, let's stop there.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the first one, affirmation, what exactly you need to do? Like, what do you need to say?
So affirmations can be something as simple as looking in the mirror and telling yourself that you love yourself every day, which is something that nobody does. A lot of people I talk to, women just don't do that. They look in the mirror and they see themselves and they criticize themselves. And men do it as well.
Oh, you know, like my cheek is not this, my eyebrows is not this.
My eyelashes were longer.
Yeah, that's right. My hair is curly. My hair should be straight, right? All the silly things.
Silly little things, right?
I know my daughter had curly hair, and then she would spend all the years to just kind of straightening it. Okay? Right. And then she would go, oh, no, I need to curl it.
Yeah, and then when you grow up, you're like, oh, I actually like curly hair. And you switch these things, and it's the same thing. Or you wish you were blonder, or you wish you were, you know, had darker hair. It's all.
One of my coworkers would say, Mira, your skin color is so nice that I don't have to worry about tanning it. And then there's other people who would just say, oh no, I need to be more fair. So it's kind of interesting
it's a very interesting mentality that society also can trigger a lot of those things for us too. So an affirmation.
So kind of really saying that whatever you are, just kind of accepting yourself. yourself.
Accepting
That is the
yourself,
first step.
That's one of the first steps. And then another great thing that I love practicing about affirmations is to draw something into your life. So
Okay, for example,
when I wanted to get my first car, my first like really fancy car.
Okay, like all the kids who are watching right now, the teenagers, they should be listening to carefully. How do we get this new car?
So I wanted a BMW, and I wanted one for as long as I could remember, and I thought about it all the time. I envisioned it all the time, and I was in no financial way or support to buy myself a BMW. And what I did was I cut out a picture of one and I put it on a vision board, and I always encourage my clients to make a vision board. And I saw this car every day, and then as you start affirming something like that in your life and visualizing it, you start to see that car that you want everywhere around you. And suddenly everybody seems to be driving BMWs. It's the strangest thing.
You just need to be the next driver.
Yeah, and you just need to be the next, and that's like the next step now. Right now I'm seeing them everywhere, everybody has them, and I'm like,
So
okay.
how does this work? Is this that all your efforts, all your thoughts, all your actions, that planning starts kind of getting focused towards that? Like that's really the magic, or the scientific probably explanation of the vision board is that you kind of you have a clear destination as to where you want to go. So all your actions, your thoughts kind of get aligned to that, and that what brings you the...
It does, yes. So in that aspect, I actually, as wanting that car, I wasn't making enough income to get that car. So what happened was the next step was I actually asked for a raise, and I got a better job, and I started making more commission. And so in my previous job, I was an insurance broker, and they promoted me to a manager, and now I was able to afford this car. And so little things, as you figure out exactly what you want and you affirm that to yourself, you'll be able to draw in those the situations and people and places that are going to get you to your desired goal. Yes.
So for this very principle, if you want to apply, or the step that you're referring, let's apply that for a woman who has been receiving or has been in midst of domestic violence. So what do you think that woman needs to do?
So as myself, I've been in abusive relationships and have dealt with that myself. And as a woman who's being abused, you need to take a step back and realize that it's okay to take yourself away from that situation and not blame yourself for even being in that situation in the first place, because it's not your fault that somebody else is doing those things to you, and you can't unfortunately control them for their actions.
But you can control your actions. So that is what you must do.
Absolutely, yes.
So, let it be man or a woman, in any kind of abusive relationship, the first step they need to do is separate themselves away from the situation.
Absolutely.
And then not feel guilty about
a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll feel some kind of guilt about maybe taking their kids out of that bad situation.
Yeah, they will say, oh my God, I'm taking my kids away from their father.
Their mom in their life, right? But that's not something that you should ever feel guilty about, because you're actually in the long term protecting them, because you don't know how that kind of violence or emotional abuse will pass down to the children as well and can affect them in the long term.
So really that's the first step, really just kind of acknowledging it, that you're actually being helpful or being helpful, to yourself and also to your kids, to walking away from, even for a day, or just say, for example, if not for life, and then making the sound decision.
Yes, and then you're going to be able to give yourself time to think, time to heal, time to process what your next step is and what you want to actually do and what you see for yourself. Because if you're trapped in a bad relationship, a lot of the times what you're thinking about yourself is low confidence, you don't feel very good about yourself, and you don't maybe know what you want anymore because you've been doing what that other person wants for so long.
So ਸਰ ਨੇ ਬੜੀਆਂ ਸੋਹਣੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ, ਤਿੰਨ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ। ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ 'ਚ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵਿਟੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਿਪੀਟ ਕਰੋ ਮੰਤਰਾਂ ਵਾਂਗੂ। ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਫੋਰਗਿਵ ਕਰੋ, ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਮਾੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਰਗਿਵ ਕਰੋ, ਦੂਜਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਰਗਿਵ ਕਰੋ। ਸੋ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੀਸਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਈਂਡ ਰਹੋ, ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਵੱਲ ਵੀ ਤੇ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਕਾਈਂਡ ਰਹੋ। ਹੁਣ ਆਪਾਂ ਅਖੀਰਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ see if she can put that in context with us, put all this together for us. Say for example, there is a school-going child, a child who is being bullied. Say, for example, there is a woman who is in an abusive relationship.
Yes.
How does she put all these three principles that you have talked about, like how to move forward from that situation?
So what you will want to start with doing is facing that what has happened to you has happened to you and that you cannot change, that it's already happened to you.
So denial is not going to help?
Denial doesn't help, and a lot of people do try to put things in a box and forget that it's happened to them, and try not to think about it for years. And what that does instead is it actually causes it to wear on you, and to you'll think about it in the back burner subconsciously, and you'll end up drawing more of those types of people into your life. So for myself, as an example, I was in an abusive relationship, and instead of really facing that and moving forwards from it, I ended up trying to ignore it, and then I ended up in another abusive relationship.
Similar.
I met a similar guy who was similarly abusive, and it kind of started a vicious cycle again. And until I was able to stop myself and realize what it was, first of all, maybe that I was attracted to in that situation, or in the case of friendships who are maybe bullies, or people treating you poorly, you end up kind of drawing it into your life, but you have to accept that and face what's happened to you.
So that person was unkind, this person is not the one that I would want in my life. They have done some unkind things to me.
That's
like,
right.
Really, I was vulnerable, I was hurting,
and
all
took
that
advantage
painful
of
thing.
that a lot of the time.
So all that, you need to really say that and
Yes.
you know, accept that. And then what do you do the next?
And then you want to move forwards with forgiveness and being able to forgive first yourself for not so much putting yourself in that situation, but for allowing that person to do anything wrong to you. And for and then you want to be able to forgive them. And a lot of people really struggle with the second part, which is forgiving the other person, because they want to see that person somehow punished for what they've done. They want to see that person, you know, get what's coming to them or something like that, you know. And I've been in that position too, where you want to see that person change. But unfortunately, the only person that you can control in any relationship is yourself.
Very good. Okay.
Yes.
So you have forgive them, and then so what do you do from there onwards?
From there onwards, you want to recreate your life. I truly believe, in a big key point in my book, is that you're able to live any life that you want, and you're able to really achieve the life of your dreams. So by deciding what it is in your long-term goals and what you want and what makes you happy, you're going to be able to start to transform your life by having those goals come true.
So through this book, you dealt with everything that had come into your life, and then now you are at a state where you have written this beautiful book, but then now all of a sudden you're flying somewhere. You sold your house, you sold your car, you left your job.
That's right, yeah.
So where are you going next?
So I had last year, I had decided that I wanted to have a big change in my life. And it was actually last July I decided I was going to move to England. And I had no means or method to do this, but one of my big things is vision. So I put on my vision board, I got a UK flag, put it on my vision board, I wrote down the date I was going to move, and July 1st, 2018, and I've been looking at it for a year, not really sure how I was going to make it happen, and over the past 4 months, everything just started falling into place.
So what are you going there to do?
Well, I'm going there. I also have a nutritional health and wellness company. So we just opened in the UK last year, which is very exciting. So I'm going to be doing a lot of coaching for that. And I'm also going to be promoting my book and doing my coaching seminars out there as well. So I'm very excited about this new chapter in my life. But it took a lot of steps. It was a lot of manifesting, visualization. I ended up selling everything I own. And it's created a lot of freedom in my life. So I'm really excited for the next chapter.
Excellent, thank you. So Sarah, ਹੁਣ ਸਾਰੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ ਪਹਿਲੂ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਵਾਰ ਕੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਕਰਕੇ, ਐਕਸੈਪਟ ਕਰਕੇ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹਨੇ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਲਿਖੀ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਹੈਲਥੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਵੇਚਦੇ ਆ, ਉਸ ਦੀ ਮਾਰਕੀਟਿੰਗ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ। 1 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੀਫੈਸਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਸੋਚ ਬਣਾਈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਜੁਲਾਈ 1 ਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਐਸਟੈਬਲਿਸ਼ ਕਰਨਾ। ਸੋ ਹਰ ਘਰੇ ਬੈਠੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬੱਚੀਆਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਆ, ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਸਾਕਾਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਟੈਪ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸੈਪਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਡ੍ਰੀਮ ਨੂੰ ਬਲੀਵ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੁਪਨਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਕਾਰ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਰਨਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਦਾ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਵਕਤ ਕੱਢਿਆ। Sarah, thank you so much. It has been absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Sitting across to you.
Talk with you.
Yeah, thank you very much for the beautiful flowers.
Absolutely.
So we wish you just the very best, and we look forward to when you'll come back from England.
Thank you.
And we'll come back and we'll talk further.
Can't wait to have more stories to share with you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mira.
Yeah, pleasure.